All right, well, it's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and kick things off. Emma, if you can keep an eye on people rolling in and as they come in. Happy New Year and welcome to our finishers party. This is the first time for Southern California that we've done this online, and I really, the finishers parties that we've done in the past that have been live events have been one of my favorite parts of the Six Pack Peaks Challenge because we get to see each other online a lot. We see our hike logs coming in and comment on those and cheer each other on, and that's awesome. But it's very seldom that we get a chance to all be in one place at one time, and that's something that was really special to me. Unfortunately, other things happened this year, and in fact, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we found by doing these virtual finishers parties with some of the
I
other
don't know. I
challenges.
can't hear a word. So what's the point here?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I didn't do anything. It said there's something about a
Logged
loop.
off, I closed it and reopened the whole thing again.
Okay, that doesn't seem to be for us. So at any rate, I'm going to just say the virtual finishers parties have been great because it's allowed more people to participate than would have normally. So that's been a lot of fun. And we had our first virtual finishers party back in May for the 2020 Arizona Winter Finishers Party, and we had people there who were snowbirds who would not have been in the Phoenix area anyways if we had gathered in person. So it really worked out well, and we're glad. I think we'll probably continue something along these lines. So welcome to the Finishers Party. I know some of you are just still coming in. If you have a chance, be sure to grab your favorite beverage or a beverage if you'd like for a toast we'll do in a little bit. I'm going to do a quick recap. This is sort of what the plan looks like. I'll do a recap of the 2020 challenge and highlight and give some recognition. We'll share a little bit about Big City Mountaineers and our partnership with them. We have a special musical guest, PB from Opus Orange, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We have a contest with some prizes you can win. We'll talk a little bit about the 2021 challenge, and we'll do our gear giveaway. And if you haven't seen on the website, we have a blog post on the homepage with a list of what we're giving away this year. And so all of those prizes are available to any of the finishers, with the exception of the last one, which is a Garmin InReach Mini. So that one you must be present to win. So hang around for that, and you could win one of those. Those are really nice. Okay, so this year's challenge, I'm going to do a quick rundown. 2020 obviously has been a really tough year for all of us. Back in March, COVID-19 shut down all of the parks and all of the trails. Everything was completely shut down for a period. And a lot of our 2020 adventure plans were canceled or postponed. I had planned to do an attempt on Mount Rainier in May, and Mount Rainier was still shut down at that point, so that wasn't an option. I'm fortunate that I was able to roll that over to 2021, and we've learned a lot since then. So we know that for the most part, trails can be open and it is safe to go hiking. And it's a good thing to go hiking for your mental and physical health. And so, and it's fairly easy to, follow the guidelines and, be socially distant and, all of those things that we need to do for our safety and health, we can do and still enjoy getting out on the trails. And so what an important thing that is for me and for all of you, I'm sure. So 2021 looks a lot different going into, because we kind of know that those things are going to still be around and still be available to us. So that's really encouraging. And in fact, Mount Rainier, if all goes well, knock on wood, I'll be standing on the top of Mount Rainier on May 8th this year. So we just kind of rolled it over the same dates for this coming year. And I'm really looking forward to that climb. That'll be the sort of the most technical climb I've ever done. Okay, and then on top of the COVID situation, which has impacted everybody, we've had the wildfires situation. It affected, place a lot of our challenges, Colorado, NorCal, but Southern California was particularly hit with the closure, the Apple and the El Dorado fires and the San Bernardino National Forest closing down San Bernardino and San Gorgonio Peak. For a period of time, San Jacinto was closed. That's since reopened. The Bobcat Fire in the Angeles National Forest shut down Mount Wilson, Strawberry Peak, Baden Powell for a period of time. And fortunately now, a lot of the stuff's, the areas around that have been reopened, but San Bernardino Peak and San Gorgonio remain closed. There's no ETA on when they'll be reopened yet, which is partly why they're not in the 2021 challenge right now. And Mount Wilson right now, the fire closure order extends until April of 2022. So another year and 4 months before that reopens, unless they modify it. And if there's a chance that any of them do open, or there is an opening and we can add them into the challenge, we will do so. But that's made it hard for us to get out there and do a lot of the hikes. Even so, we had 1,400 challengers. Between them, they logged 4,664 hikes, and we have 420 finishers. So I want to do, I'm going to quickly, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I want to share my screen again. Okay. Here we go. Safari. Boom. I want to show those challengers. So I'm going to go to the Southern California Challenge. And hopefully you can see my screen. Whoop, wrong link here. Let's see, we'll do that again. Southern California. I'm going to get my beverage ready. And if we scroll down to the bottom of this page, you can see the hike logs and the finishers we're going to look at for 2020. And here's a list of all of our finishers for 2020. And by the date that they recorded or logged their last hike, their 6th hike in the challenge. So Philip, kudos to you for being #1 in 2020. And but kudos to all of you. So cheers to everybody. Raise a glass with me. You all deserve a big toast, a big pat on the back for actually getting out there and getting it done in the face of all the wildfires, the pandemic, and everything else, and all the other obstacles in life. So congratulations to our finishers.
Woohoo!
That's pretty good. Yeah, awesome guy. Awesome job, guys. On top of the finishers, I wanted to share just a few other things that we have. We have our the 420 who did all or finished any 6 of the 18 peaks that were available. We have 69 who finished the original 6 peaks. That would be Mount Wilson, Cucamonga, Mount Baldy, San Bernardino, San Jacinto, and San Gorgonio. We had 63 who finished the alternate 6, which were everything but the original. The Baden Powell, Ontario, Sawmill, Santiago, Sitten, and Strawberry Peak. And then last year we added 6 peaks from San Diego, and we had 96 people who earned the San Diego 6 finisher badge. And you can click through on the website and look at each of these lists to see who are all on them. And then finally, we had 33 people who completed all 18 of the available peaks in the challenge. There's Philip again, right here at the top. Way to go, Philip. And a lot of you guys are here. I see Coach Dale's here. A bunch of you folks are here. Oh, one I want to point out, Matthew and Arabella Adams. These are the super hiking twins. You may have seen them on Instagram. This is their second year completing the 6-pack of peaks challenge. And they not only completed the challenge, but they completed all 18 peaks. So, hats off to Matthew and Arabella. You guys are awesome. We did a happy hour with them a while back, and there's a recording of that available on Facebook if you're interested to kind of check out their story and some of the things they've done. They did Mount Shasta this year. They've done Whitney a couple times. Oh, it's just amazing. And they're 5 years old, by the way. And they hike themselves. So it's pretty amazing. Okay. And then one other thing. So we have one thing that we're doing new this year, or for 2020 and beyond, is this. And I've had some questions about, hey, where's my finisher patch? And here they are. I've got a whole set of them. We're sending out finisher patches with a certificate of achievement beginning this week. So every finisher on the finisher list is going to get one of these. Beautiful embroidered patch. You can use it however you want. I pin mine on my bulletin board. I've got people who hook them all together on a hook, and they've got like a collection of these. Or you can sew it on or iron it on to a pack or a jacket or whatever you choose. So look for those. Those will be starting. We'll start that this week. We have a lot of finishers, so it might take us a couple weeks to get them all out, and it's a large envelope, so it might take a little longer and for the mail to get to you. If you have a change of, we'll be using the address that you registered with for the 2020 challenge. So if that's changed, just let me know, and we can make sure to update your address accordingly. All right, I'm going to go back to my slides for just 1 second, because I want to share something about Big City Mountaineers. Here we go. So Big City Mountaineers is the nonprofit we partner with, and we've raised this for 2020. We've raised over $5,000 for them, and that's all due to you. Last year was the year that they had, not last year, not 2020, but 2019, they had their 10,000th kid go through the a week-long expedition with their program. And it's a really great program that gets people who are sort of under-resourced youth a chance to have oftentimes their first wilderness experience, backpacking in the mountains or canoeing in the wilderness. And these experiences really, we talk about flexing our adventure muscles. That really is true for these kids. They get a chance to see what they can do, and they learn that they're capable of doing way more than they ever imagined. And that applies to more than just the outdoors. It applies to their personal lives as well. And so we're really excited about that, what they've been able to do. And if you haven't had a chance, I'm going to switch over again. Please check out their website, and it's at bigcitymountaineers.org. And you can read more about some of the stories from these kids that have gone through the program, and what they've learned from the experience. And you can read their stories of how it's changed their lives. So check out bigcitymountaineers.org. If you are interested and looking for something to like your next big adventure, one of the things that you can do is they have a program called Summit for Someone. And most of these are full for this year, but something to think about for maybe 2022. If you ever thought about doing like Mount Rainier or Grand Teton, some technical climbing, these are guided trips, and they are an opportunity for you to do this within a guided group. There is a fundraising minimum for each of these, so you get a chance to do some fundraising for Big City Mountaineers to basically offset the cost of the guide service and all the gear that you might need and everything else. So check out the Summit for Someone program. It's a really cool way to connect with some other like-minded folks and do some really cool trips along the way. So the only one that's available right now is Long's Peak in August. There's 3 spots left, but and then these will open up again probably in the fall of this year for 2022. They'll have another set of trips. So check that out. And let's see. I wanted to go to, this is PB from Opus Orange. I don't know if you know of Opus Orange from, actually, I don't know that he's ready for us yet. So, hey, PB, are you here? He's going to join us about 4:30. So
I am here. You
are here? Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm glad you got it. You got it a little bit early. PB is with Opus Orange. If you've ever seen the film Mile and a Half about the John Muir Trail, PB is in that film and playing music on the top of Mount Whitney, and their music is featured basically throughout the whole film. So it's a really, really great film. I think you can view it if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber. You can view it for free on Amazon Prime right now, and I highly recommend it. It's the best sort of hiking documentary I've ever seen, and it's just a lot more and great music. And Opus Orange is awesome, and PB is gonna play a couple tunes for us, right? So what do you got going?
First off, congrats to all of you. I am not a finisher, but I'm celebrating for you. And thanks to Jeff for having me. I'm PB. I'm just gonna play a couple songs just for break it up. You guys can have drinks and pretend we're at a bar together or something. And yeah, all right. This first one's called Fortress. We're riding on the rails, don't know where we're going now. The past that is behind us, the future is the ocean wide. It's deep as clay, it's wide as blood through microscopes, it's far as fate, it's close as galaxies beyond. I'll find you in the forest, I'll look for you in ocean waves. Let's build ourselves a fortress made out of stones we find in caves. It's deep as clay, and it's wide as blood through microscopes. It's far as fate, it's close as galaxies beyond. I'll find you in the forest,
find you in the ocean waves. Let's build ourselves a fortress made out of lines and awkward shapes. It's deep as clay, it's white as blood through microscopes, and as far as fate, it's close as galaxies beyond, and it's deep as clay, and it's white as blood through microscopes, as far as fate, it's close as galaxies beyond.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to do one more for you. This is going to be called Miles from Nowhere, and it's off our latest record, also called Miles from Nowhere. And the most recent one, we did a little companion, quiet companion to that called Miles from San Clemente. And it's a nice, quiet acoustic release that we just released in December. So anyway, check out the music, or don't. Just drink a beer. It's great. Thanks again for having me, Jeff.
You bet. Hey, by the way, we dropped a link to your Miles from San Clemente audio, the album, in the chat.
Awesome.
So if anyone wants to check it out, they can click that link.
Great. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and congratulations.
From another dream, I'm always seeing things that I should not believe. Gotta take my time, I feel you fade. Don't look now, what was here has gone away. Ooh. Just like that, I can't find myself. Are there two of me, or am I someone else? I can't quite stop this, I can't quite listen, I can't quite speak the words that spin around my head. How did we get miles from nowhere? How did we get miles from nowhere? I thought we were heading somewhere. How did we get miles from nowhere? Might as well try to figure this out, to slow things down enough to remember what I saw. No, it's not gonna work, it doesn't make sense. I need to unwind the world to bring us back again. How did we get miles from nowhere? How did we get miles from nowhere? I thought we were heading somewhere.
that was awesome.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, and congratulations to all you finishers.
Hey, thanks
EP,
so
do
much
you
for
have
joining us.
an Instagram account
Do
where
I do
you
what?
share your music, or do you have social media where you share your music?
Yeah, Opus Orange, you could probably find at Opus Orange on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
All right.
Thanks again, Jeff.
Thanks, Paul. Hey, guess what time it is? It's time for us to switch gears and play a little contest. And Emma is going to kick this sucker off. Emma, what do you got for us here?
Well, first of all, I'm going to drop the Instagram link to Opus Orange's Instagram account in the chat so you guys can all follow that later.
Awesome.
But
Thank you.
let's see what we got for trivia. All righty. All right, can everyone see my screen? Can I have some thumbs ups or vocal affirmation?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, for this trivia, you are going to need either a second browser on if you're on your computer, or you can grab your phone and log in on the on your browser on your phone. Either way, but it's going to be a virtual live trivia. So we have a few kind of test questions just to make sure everyone kind of gets the hang of it. And then we will go into the actual trivia questions. So to join, you can go to ahaslides.com/SoCal, or you can.
And I pasted a link to that in the chat. So if you click the link, that'll take you there.
Click the link in the chat that Jeff posted, or you can scan this QR code with your phone and then go to the link in the browser. We'll see a bunch of people joining. We will just wait a minute.
Yeah, we've got, oh yeah, look at that number go. 34 people in there, 35. Awesome. And we've got, I see David Gordon just joined the party. So welcome, David. We're just getting started onto a little contest that our community manager, Emma, is running. And if you see the link on the screen that she's sharing, you can go there or find that in the link in the chat and join our little contest. So, or you can just sit back and relax until this is over.
And there are some prizes for this trivia game tonight. So we're gonna have prizes for first, second, and third place. So the third place winner will get a pack of the 6-pack of Peaks stickers. Our second place winner will get a pack of 6-pack of Peaks patches. And our first place winner will get a shirt with everyone's names on it. So everyone who finished, Jeff will maybe model this shirt right now.
Yeah.
So everyone's,
there's a lot of names.
I don't know if you can see it while I'm sharing my screen, but
I can't.
So
No, that's
with
okay.
a bunch of names on it. Your name will be on there. So yeah. I forgot to look before I started sharing my screen. We have like 78 people, right? Ish. So, all right. So waiting for about.
We got
10
most
more
people in there. I think, yeah, there'll probably be a few people who have, aren't going to be able to join for whatever reason. So
that's fine. All right, I will move on to our little test questions here. So you should see that question pop up. How many years have you completed the 6-pack of Peaks challenge for SoCal? Got a few people in here that have completed it every single year. That is so awesome. And a bunch of people that it's their first time. That is also awesome.
You scan the link, and of course they can hear me now because I'm unmuted. So
if it's not working to scan the link, you can just go to ahaslides.com/SoCal as well. think we have most people up here. All right. And then in a few slides, after a couple more or one or two more test questions, it's going to ask you to put your name in and choose an emoji to represent yourself. These rules will be relisted in a bit, but I just wanted to say before we get there, to make sure you put your real name so that we can give you your prizes if you're the winner, and choose an appropriate emoji. So I will move on to our next test question. We have, what was your favorite peak? And in the background of this picture is a group of people that hiked in memory of someone special. Jeff, do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Laura wanted us to just mention that this group, they were hiking in memory of Adam Mesquita. So it's really, that's one of the things that's, I think, really valuable, is that a lot of people are doing the 6-Pack of Peaks challenge in honor or in memory of somebody else. And so we'll give you a chance towards the end of the party for you to share those stories with us. But it's really cool that we've got folks who are doing that and honoring them in that way. So to Adam.
Adam. And as far as favorite peaks go, I see they get bigger when more people answer those. So San Bernardino is a pretty popular one. San Jacinto, San Gorgonio.
Baldy.
Nice. Baldy, yep, always a popular one. All right, so we will, most people put something in. All right, so once again, sign in with your real name so you can win prizes. Please choose an appropriate emoji, and the faster you respond, the more points you will get. But you do have to still respond correctly, so you can't just pick a random answer quickly. You got a 25% chance of getting it right that way. But if you know it, be sure to tap it quickly, and you will get more points that way. All right.
Helps us break those ties, because a lot of you are going to know these.
All right, so let's get started. All right, so it should be asking you to put in your name and choose an emoji. So make sure you do that, and then hit enter, and you'll see your name pop up there to, once you enter, and then we'll wait till everyone's joined. Very nice. I'm liking the different emojis I see here. We got a lot of sunglasses, happy face guys. That is a popular one.
That's because we've got a cool crowd, Emma. I mean, you know.
Exactly. You know, funny enough, I see no poop emojis so far. And when I tested this out on, oh no,
I see one, Eric. Yeah.
When I tested this out on my friends and family to make sure it worked, I had 3 separate people choose poop emojis as to represent them. So, but my mom called it a chocolate kiss. I might need to educate.
It's a chocolate kiss. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See a few poops now. Thank you. Or chocolate kisses. All right, I got 59 players who have entered here. Just a few more. I like the zombie emoji. Got a merman or mermaid too. Let's see.
How many questions do we have, Emma?
We have at least one question for each peak. So this one has a little bit more than the NorCal one. So I'll try to go through quickly without
all right.
talking a lot, but you know, we'll see. All right. Is everyone pretty much ready? It seems like it. All right.
Let's
We'll
roll.
Go ahead and start the quiz. All right. When were the dams that you'll see throughout the hike to the peak of Mount Wilson built? You have 25 seconds per question to answer. The answers are flying in.
We need to have that little Jeopardy, music going.
I know.
Do 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 do.
All right, time's up. They were built in the 1960s.
Oh,
A lot of people,
wow.
it's kind of a half split between the 20s and the 60s, but yep, they were built in the 60s. Nobody thought they were built yesterday. That's good. I feel like everyone hiked that mountain before yesterday, so we got a smart group here. All right, so far we have Sierra Clark in the lead, followed by Kate Gleason, and then Eros.
Woo.
And then many, many other people who are just as awesome.
It's super close, though. Yeah.
It is. It is very close so far. See what happens. All right. How long does it take an orange peel to decompose? Depending on the environment, of course.
A good leave no trace question. A lot of times people think, oh yeah, it's just an orange peel. It's biodegradable. No big deal. It's not trash.
Not always, because it takes 6 months for one of those to decompose. So if you throw an orange peel, then the next week you hike that same peak again, it'll still be there. And then if the next month you hike it again, it'll still be there again. So pack out your orange peels. Same with apple cores, all that kind of stuff. Most of those do not decompose immediately, unfortunately. All right. Oops, I just realized my typo there on half an hour. Whoops. Oh well, moving on. So, and now our leaderboard has changed a bit. We have Carol Ho in the lead with Brian Erickson right behind, and then Emily Wallen tied with Brian. All right. And number 3. The trail to Cucamonga Peak is about blank miles out and back from Icehouse Canyon. It's drawing on the screen.
Yeah, and I should mention that the rock that everyone takes their picture on is not the peak. I mean, most of you probably know that, but some people don't. Peaks are the highest point.
All right, 11.6 miles out and back from Icehouse Canyon. Yep. All right. And ooh, Tracy Peterson jumped ahead with Sierra in second place and Brian in third. Very nice. All right, true or false? Mount Baldy, aka Mount San Antonio, is a volcano. And I want to mention, if your screen gets stuck, you can refresh it and it should bring you to the last page that you were on. So it should bring you to the page. False. Mount Baldy is not a volcano. So those 15 of you that said true, you learned something tonight. You pat yourself on the back. And we still have Sierra Clark in the lead, followed very closely by Brian, and third is David Gordon. All right. We're just at the beginning, so many things can change. In his original 2014 trail guide, what is the reason that Jeff Hester did not summit San Bernardino Peak?
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome. That was the most interesting thing I found out about San Bernardino Peak.
So that implies that you actually read the trail guides. So, you know, this is a good test.
Yeah.
Or guess well.
He did not get bored and turn around, you two. He was dehydrated. Want to talk about that, Jeff? Or do you want to just move on?
Yeah, we can move on. If you want to know more, you can read the trail guide. That'll tell you a little more about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Read the trail guide.
Hey, it
All
happens to the best of us. I think the important thing is that you recognize it and don't try to push through. There's times when it's the smart thing to turn around or, you know, stop and turn around, and that's what I did. So, but I've been up there many times since. So
Yes. He did still finish the 6-pack peaks. Don't worry.
that's right. Yes.
Okay. Leaderboard.
Gershom jumps to the top.
Gershom knows some trivia about Jeff, it looks like. We got Michelle right after and Emily slightly behind.
Yeah, like a whole different group of names on there.
I know. It's crazy how it changes. What is the name of Big City Mountaineers Adventure Fundraiser Program? We just talked about this, so we'll see who is paying attention.
All good choices there. Boy, it's tough.
I had fun with this one. I had a few others. All right, Summit for Someone. 36 of you are paying attention, so you know about half. It's pretty good.
All right.
To be fair, he only briefly said it. So, all right. Gershom still takes the lead, followed by Michelle and once again Emily. All right, John Muir described Mount San Jacinto as the view from San Jacinto is the most blank spectacle to be found anywhere on this earth. What is that missing word?
Also helps to read the trail guides we have on SoCal Hiker.
Sublime. Yes, it seems like a lot of people have read this quote or the trail guides. It is the most sublime spectacle. And look at that background. It is indeed a sublime spectacle.
I'm just glad nobody said boring. Nobody picked that.
yeah, that's good.
I gotta say, Mount San Jacinto is probably one of my favorite mountains in the challenge, and it's got like so many different ways that you can climb it, and it's oftentimes the place that I take people when they're going on their first overnight backpacking trip. And we'll go via the tram because it just takes you're right there in the mountains right away, and it's just a nice, beautiful spot. It reminds me the most of the Sierra Nevada of any of the peaks in SoCal.
It is a beautiful area. I love it. All right, so on our leaderboard we have
Gershom's still there. Yeah,
still there. Michelle and Emily also. Who's gonna beat those guys? Come on, don't you want the cool prizes? All right. Which famous 1940s singer's mother died in a plane crash in the San Gorgonio Mountains?
Wow, I don't even know this.
What's your guess, Jeff?
I'm not gonna guess. I don't want to skew the results. I don't want somebody to blame me when they get the wrong answer.
3, 2, 1. Time is up. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra's mother died in a plane crash on her way to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Did not make it there.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that the plane crash that's there now?
I actually don't know. I was trying to.
No, I don't believe it is. So
Oh,
there is wreckage from a military plane. If you take the route that goes around the north side of the mountain, from like Fish Creek Saddle or South Fork, and that's a different wreckage. There's actually a number of planes that have crashed on there, but
There have been several, but only one famous 1940s singer's mother. So sorry to Frank Sinatra. All right. Leaderboard. Gershom is still in the lead and pulling pretty far ahead, but Harvey Fiji has overtaken second place, and we got Michelle in third. All right. Strawberry Peak gets its name from you like my
these are
choices.
great. These are great. I love it.
I had a lot of fun making this quiz. Yes, the way that it looks like an enormous upside down strawberry. I'm
With
glad
some
that some of you fell
with
for
some
double
imagination.
strawberry tin. I was laughing very loudly while making up Douglas R. Strawberry Tin, but he does not exist, unfortunately. So yes, upside down strawberry. And Gershom is still in the lead, followed by Harvey.
Sierra's clawing her way back up there, though.
She is. She sure is. I have faith in you. What is the name on the sign of the candy store near the trailhead of Sit-on Peak? I tried to make this trivia game a lot harder than the NorCal one.
This
because
is
so many people-
I don't know. I mean, I just know I call it the candy store, but I
Right.
don't know what's on the sign, honestly. I'd have to look at I probably have a picture of it somewhere.
It is the Ortega Oaks 74 Candy Store and Goods. And
That's a mouthful.
I called them to verify that, but they did not answer me. So I had to go through Google Pictures to make sure that's what it said. But
Cool.
yep. But I always called it the Ortega Highway Candy Store growing up, so I probably would have put that if I were playing. But no, and nobody added or did my little blank answer that I forgot that I left there. All right. Also, I love that sunset picture. That's the background. I forgot whose hike log that was from, but that was gorgeous. All right. Gershom still in the lead. Yeah, followed by Tracy and then Harvey. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. All right. Santiago Peak is named after Three, two, one. It is named after Santiago Creek, which runs through at the base, I think, to the southwest, and then it runs all the way through to Huntington Beach. And no, it is not named after Amy Santiago of Brooklyn Nine-Nine TV show. That would be cool, though. All right. Very good. See the names switching up a little bit here. Cool. All right. Sawmill Mountain is located on the county line between which two counties?
I know this one.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
And anyone who's driven up there to hike it should get this one.
See. All right, Kern and Ventura counties. Yep.
Yeah, so Sawmill Mountain is part of the 321 challenge as well, which is Mount Pinos, Sawmill, and Grouse Mountain. And Sawmill is the high point of, oh gosh, I think Kern. I can't quite recall. Sawmill is the high point of one of the counties, and Mount Pinos is the high point of the other. So you get 2 county high points for basically one hike. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Pretty cool. All right, very good. See some of the same names, some new names. What area of Southern California got its own challenge starting in 2021?
Everybody's going to get this one. Come on.
You never know.
Or they're just having fun with it.
But, yeah. 3, 2, 1. San Diego got its own challenge. So all 6 peaks in the San Diego area will be on their own challenge. They are already on their own challenge this year. But nobody said Hollywood Boulevard, so I'm glad nobody thinks there's any peaks there, because that is a flat and touristy area. All right, very good. Moving on. What organization did Mount Baden-Powell's namesake, Lord Robert Baden-Powell, found? Three, two, one. Time's up. The World Scouting Movement. Yep. And his sister, who I don't remember her name, started the Girl Guides in Canada and was, Olive, I think that was her name, maybe. Anyway. And then she and Juliette Gordon-Low started the Girl Scouts, and the Boy Scouts also came from the World Scouting Movement. So I knew that fact ever since I was in kindergarten as a Girl Scout. All right. Gershom has passed the 1,000 point line, and Tracy and Harvey are very close behind. All right. What is the summit elevation of Ontario Peak? And no, you cannot cheat by looking at the peak badge because I blurred the elevation out.
Ah, clever.
Mm-hmm. Which was a last minute realization. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be the easiest one ever if I don't.
Well, that could have been, a great test to see
who's paying
who's
attention.
really paying attention.
All right, 8,696 feet. Yes. It is a high one. All right. Now Tracy and Harvey have also passed the 1,000 point line, with Jen, Arthony, and Dale pretty close behind. The gateway to this trail is designed by which world-renowned artist? Be careful, this one may or may not be a trick question, which is why I'm telling you that when most people have already answered. not Jackson Pollock. Tricked you. It is James Hubble. And it's not Josh Honeycutt either. That was my 7th grade history teacher. I went with J names on this one. All right.
And James Hubble lives nearby in Julian.
He sure does. And the background image there is that sculpture that he designed. What did local Native Americans reportedly call Woodson Mountain? The Mountain of the Moonlit Rock. Yes. Potato Chip Rock is what local San Diegoans currently call Woodson Mountain, or part of Woodson Mountain.
Yeah, I think there's probably a high percentage of people who climb Mount Woodson or almost climb Mount Woodson because they're going for the Instagram photo on Potato Chip Rock. And they probably don't even know that it's called Mount Woodson, except for the fact that there's that name appears on the streets and things all around that area.
Yeah. It's all about the potato chips, Jeff.
No one can have just one.
And Jen has overtaken Gershom. Sorry,
Ooh,
Gershom.
wow.
Followed by Tracy.
Mixing
and
it up.
Yeah. Got some people who know about Native American purported names. Very cool. What is special about Cuyamaca Peak?
It's pretty fascinating, actually.
There is a hint in the trail badge there. Since it's covered in snow. It does get snow. But yes, it is the geographic center of San Diego County. And it's not the highest peak. I believe it's the 2nd highest peak in San Diego.
Not sure about that, honestly. I think, yeah, at any rate.
Hot Springs is the highest.
Hot Springs is the highest, yes.
Cuyamaca is the 2nd, yeah. Only by a couple feet.
But still 2nd. And no, the asphalt trail is not completely natural. So I'm really glad nobody chose that one.
And all the antennas and stuff that's up there, yeah. But it makes you realize just how big San Diego County is, because most people, think of that as being like way far east of everything. There's so much more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a geographic center. It's pretty cool. All right. Jen keeping the lead. Gershom came back up to 2nd, and then we're followed by Tracy. Getting close here, people. Final 3. What kind of bird does the name Palomar come from?
This is a tough one. I have no idea.
I do.
Well, good.
Pigeon. Palomar means pigeon roost, or translates to pigeon roost in Spanish, I believe.
Ah.
Yes. Pigeon roost. Ooh,
Shauna moved up. Wow. Way to go,
yeah,
Shauna.
Shauna just
One of
jumped
our
right.
ambassadors.
Yeah. Very nice. All right.
2 more questions. Wow, this is it.
Almost done. What reservation is Hot Springs Mountain located on? felt like this one was pretty easy, but we'll see, I guess.
Well, if you haven't hiked it, you might not know.
That's true. Yeah. Yes. Los Coyotes Reservation is correct. Yep. If you have hiked it, you would probably know. If not, then you should hike it because it's a beautiful trail. Yeah, Jen, Harvey, and then Shauna. Got Shauna and Gershom fighting for that third place spot with the cool sunglasses emoji. Which cool sunglasses
it's
emoji?
close though. I mean, it could all change up with this last question. So
It really can.
be ready.
Yeah. All right, everyone ready? Gotcha. Shake out your hands. Get ready to vote. All right, here we go. The last question. What feature of Yosemite is El Cajon Mountain nicknamed after by locals? I really should have chosen a harder question for this last one, but then again, if you don't live in the area, if you haven't hiked it, maybe you wouldn't know.
You might
We'll
not
see.
know. Yeah. El Cajon Mountain is often described as the hardest mountain in San Diego County. I don't think that that's true personally, but yep, there you
Yes,
go.
it is nicknamed after El
Capitan.
Capitan because of the sheer way the granite kind of falls off there. It looks a little bit like El Capitan. And I think San Diego County also has like a half dome like feature in there, their own little half dome too, somewhere. I forgot which one it is, but yep. All right. It looks like we have Jen coming out on top, followed by Harvey and then Shauna. Very nice. The Sox win.
Hey, congratulations, Jen, Harvey, and Shauna. Jen, you're going to get one of our Six Pack of Peaks finishers t-shirts with all of the names of all 420 names of our finishers. And Harvey, you're going to get a patch set of the original Six Pack of Peaks. And Shauna, you're going to get all 18 of our peaks from the 2020 challenge, the stickers. So congratulations to all of you. Hats off.
And I'll just scroll through the other people here, just if you're curious where you placed, keep your eye out for your name. I know there's a lot, so I'll go a little quickly. But you all did amazingly. Thank you for dealing with my lame jokes on some of the questions. I had a lot of fun, let me tell you.
Nope, that was great.
All right, very good. And now back to you, Jeff.
All right. Hey, so I when I went through the finishers list earlier, I realized that I forgot to mention some very important people. Well, two very groups of people. First, I wanted to recognize our ambassadors, and so let me go over here and share that. And hey, we have a lot of ambassadors for our challenge. You should be able to see them here on the screen. And for 2020, and these folks are, basically promoting an active lifestyle by their own example. So hats off to all of you guys. Thank you so much for the work that you do to kind of promote being outdoors and being part of the challenge. I know some of you are online. I saw Kristen and Shauna, who was right up there on the top of the leaderboard. Tony's here. I'm not sure who else was able to join, but thank you guys for being ambassadors.
I believe Carissa was here also.
Yeah, Carissa's here.
Hi, Carissa. And then the other group that I wanted to mention that I forgot was our legacy challengers. We have, for 2020, we had 24 people who qualified as a legacy challenger for the current challenge year, 2021. To become a legacy challenger, you have to complete complete the challenge in the past 4 years consecutively. And so we have 24 people who did that. And we have a blog post on the website. So if you go to the blog, look for the 2021 Legacy Challengers. We just updated it today with the latest information, once we had the final list. And so we have 5 who are first-time Legacy Challengers: Sasha Grossman, Jason McGraw, Jeanette Manalo, Renata Roles, I'm maybe not pronouncing that wrong, Prasanna Shanbag, all of our new Legacy Challengers. We have 14 who have done it for 5 consecutive years. Meredith, Jen, some of you are on here. Meredith is on here, Jen's on here, Tom Flowers, Greg Glass is on here, James Harvey, Carissa is on here, and one of our ambassadors, Michael Lizaraga, Shauna is on here, Brian and Karen Nishimoto, Tony Ramos is on here, Joe and Nancy Rojas, and Philip Yoho is on here. So, hats off to all of you, 5 times consecutively finishing. And then we've got 5 people who've done it every year since we started the challenge in 2015. Harvey's on here. I saw his name on the leaderboard. Kristen's on here. And then we also have Jason Fitzpatrick, Cece, and Jason Sudo. All have done it every year since the inception in 2015. So, hey, cheers to all of our Legacy Challengers. They get free registration for 2021. And that continues. As long as they finish again this year, they'll get it again next year. So this could be you if you keep at it. So there you go. The gauntlet has been cast. Okay, I'm going to stop my share here. Let's see, where are we at in this? Okay, so we've talked about, so a little bit about next year. Let me actually go back and share again. So most of you probably know, but we now have changed things up a little bit. So we still have a lot of closures. So the peaks of San Bernardino, San Gorgonio, and Wilson are still off limits. You can't hike those legally. And so those are not part of the 2021 challenge to date. If by some miracle they reopen between now and the end of the year, we'll add them to the list. But as of now, they're not on that list. So we have 9 peaks in the Southern California Challenge. It looks a little bit different than it has in the past. You can do any 6 of those 9 to complete the challenge, or you can do all 9, and we'll have a special badge for that. And then this kind of gives you the rundown of what those peaks are. So we have, a lot of the same ones from this year, but we're missing a few. The other thing that we have is we have the San Diego Challenge. And so those 6 peaks are actually spun out into their own separate challenge. So we have all 6 of those with its own separate, finishers list and everything else. And so, and as of right now, let's see, I was checking earlier today, and I think Philip was the only person who's logged all 6 hikes for the San Diego Challenge so far. So again, way to go, Philip. You're the man. He's on it, And he's been also, Philip, I want to just give you a shout out because I know that you're working your way through the 100 Peaks list for San Diego. And that's quite an achievement to be able to do that. Only very few people have done that in a calendar year. So if you can do that, and I think you're the guy, you're one of those guys who can do it. Dale, I think Dale, you're on here. Have you finished the 100 Peaks yet, Dale? I know you were getting close. You'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, just had to find the button. Yeah, I finished the 100 Peaks. I think it was back in October.
Oh, well, congratulations, Dale. Awesome.
And thank you. And was kind of simultaneously working on the Sierra Club 100 list. There's some peaks that they have in common, but a great deal of the Sierra Club list is out in the Anza Borrego Desert. And I ended up the calendar year with 91 of those 100 peaks. And just simply got stymied because of the no camping rule for the latest COVID round.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good year.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Dale.
And I've got one left on the San Diego 6 that I'm going to do probably Tuesday, Palomar Mountain.
Awesome.
But Philip just kicked my butt.
Awesome. Well done. All right. Oh, one other thing that's new that I want to mention that is coming this year, hopefully in April timeframe, is we're going to be having an app. So it'll be for both iOS and Android, and it'll allow you to, comment on hike logs and, share things. And when somebody, gives you a comment on your hike log, instead of having to get an email, you'll get a notice on your phone. So you'll be able to reply and do that right there. And so it'll hopefully be a lot easier to kind of interact with the community. And we're really looking forward to that. And something to look forward to. Okay, what do you say we give away some gear? Who wants to? Let's do some gear giveaways. I'll share one more time. We have a bunch of good stuff to give away, including a Lucy inflatable solar light, the Be Free water filtration system, Hydro Flask. We've got a couple of those. Osprey Daylight Plus Day Pack, a 20-liter day pack. We have 2 of these fine embroidered 6-pack of Peaks Challenge trucker caps, 2 REI ruck packs, and then finally a Garmin InReach Mini, which is freaking awesome. So let's see who. Let's do some drawings, shall we?
All right.
Let's start with. Let's see. Let's start with the Be Free water filtration system. This is a 1 liter. It's a collapsible bottle with the filter built into it. So basically, this is what I use when I go backpacking. But it's also a really handy thing to do for long day hikes, like San Gorgonio, for example, if that were to reopen. Where if you need a lot of water, water's heavy. But if you're doing the Vivian Creek Trail and you get to High Creek and there's water there, you can just unscrew the cap, dip the bottle in, fill it up with water, screw the cap back on, flip the pop top, and you've got a sterile or clean, spigot basically to get your water from. And it holds 1 liter, and it's super lightweight. It weighs like 2.3 ounces, something like that. Yeah, 2.3 ounces. And highly recommend it. I love these things. We have 2 of these to give away. Our first winner is, and Emma's going to do our magic randomizer.
I will. And just to answer a few questions that I've gotten, yes, everyone that finished the 6-pack of Peaks Challenge, so everyone here, is automatically entered in the drawing. You didn't have to RSVP. You only have to be here on the Zoom call to win the Garmin. So stay if you are interested in that little prize. But yes, everyone who finished the 6-pack of Peaks is interested or is entered. All right, here we go. 1, Be Free water filtration system. We have Aaron. That's there's no last name on the thing. Aaron, your email is superderf@hotmail.com. Are you here?
Congratulations, Aaron. She's got it. We'll be sure to add that. We've got a spreadsheet with the emails, and we can look up the user and make sure that we
will find Aaron
if she's not here. Okay, the second one of these will go to
we have another no last name person, Jackie, Jaci, Jackie Hernandez, it looks like the email is. If not, you still get it. Yay, Jackie. Ooh.
Excellent.
And if you do win, please unmute yourself and make some noise. It's always fun to see or hear the winners.
Yeah, the folks who are here. Yeah. Next up, we have this little guy. Let's see if you can see that. It is a Lacy inflatable solar light. I don't have this. I have an earlier version of this that I use. It's light enough that I can take it backpacking, but it's also useful for car camping or around the backyard or whatever. Basically, and it floats. So if you're in a pool or in a lake or whatever, you can use it there and not worry about it. You know, it's cool. Doesn't take batteries. It charges really quickly in some, basic sunlight, and it holds it for a heck of a long time, and does a great job. So I usually take like a little a carabiner and hook it to one of the loops inside my tent, and now I've got illumination while I'm getting settled in for the night. So we've got two of these. The first winner is
Lourdes or Lord Escobedo. Lourdes.
All right, Lourdes.
Okay, I totally butchered that one, but yay! Congrats to you.
Congratulations, the number one. And the second one goes to
We have Lacey Smith.
Lacey. Oh, Lacey won a Lucy.
Lucy.
That's appropriate. Yes.
All
Congratulations, Lacey. All right. Next up is this beauty, the 6-pack of Peaks trucker cap, and you get to choose between 4 colors. We have pink. Excuse me, 3 colors: pink, brown, and black. This is the black one. I actually have a couple of these. I have a brown one as well. And it's got a nice 2-tone embroidery. And we're giving away 2 of those. So the first one goes to
Julie Shepard.
Julie Shepard. Congratulations. You're getting a trucker cap. Next up, another trucker cap.
Woo. Have Fabi Gonzalez. Woo.
Fabi Gonzalez. Congratulations, Fabi.
And Gabe says he knows Julie Shepard and he saw her yesterday at Coyamaca Peak.
Awesome.
So next time you see her, maybe she'll be wearing her trucker cap.
Next time you see her, yeah.
All right, what is next, Jeff?
Oh, what's next? We're gonna go with here we go. The REI Ruck Pack, 18-liter day pack. We probably everyone on this call has a day pack already, but it might be a little, worn out or, stinky or whatever. And, it's nice to have a fresh day pack once in a while, or to have an extra one for that new, friend who's just starting to hike and you want to encourage them. They can carry their own water bottle and snacks and jacket and whatnot. So the REI Ruck Pack, 18-liter day pack.
All right.
The first of 2 goes to
Teresa Boutier. Boutier or Boutier? I'm going with the French spelling, Boutier, probably. but Teresa.
I don't see a Teresa in our participant list, so she might not be here. We're not batting too well here.
No,
so
we're
far.
really not. All right, the Garmin's the real prize, and
Yeah,
somebody
there you go.
will
So
win.
the second one of these ruck packs goes to
Right, the name here is Reeves, or maybe T Reeves. Adbound@hotmail.com. T Reeves or Treves.
Okay.
Yay. Woo.
Don't see him here, so we will make a note of that.
Mhm.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, you're here!
I had
Congratulations!
to figure out how to unmute myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay! Somebody's here. You get a ruck pack.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, next up is we have another one of my favorite things is a hydro flask. This is a 21-ounce hydro flask. This is a double-walled stainless steel bottle. It's a little heavy. I will carry this on a hike sometimes, but I almost always have one of these in the car, so that when I get back from a long day hike, I've got something nice and cold in here. And this will work with both cold and hot beverages. So it'll keep hot beverages hot for about 6 hours. It'll keep cold beverages for like 12 hours. So I can put some ice and some water or some electrolytes in here. And there will still be ice in here when I get back from my hike. So I leave this in the car and I've got a nice cold, refreshing drink to, kind of enjoy when I get back. And we've got two of these. The first one goes to
Jennifer Vidal.
Jennifer Vidal. Congratulations, Jennifer. We have a couple Jennifers in here, but I don't know if she's here. And the second one goes to Jennifer Phillips. I love it. Why are there so many Jennifers?
There are a lot of Jennifers. Jennifer's a good name, All right. The second one goes to Francisco Castro.
Francisco Castro. Don't see him on here. So congratulations, Francisco.
Woohoo.
We have another day pack. This is a different one. It's actually a 20-liter Osprey day pack. I have several Osprey packs from backpacks to day packs. I really like the brand. I like the functionality that they have. I mean, little details like the sternum strap has a built-in whistle. So right off the bat, you've got something to signal if you get lost or whatever. It's a really nicely fully featured day pack, 20-liter size. And the winner of the Osprey Daylight is
there's only a first name listed, so Rachel. Your email is sorrowstars@yahoo.com. If you are that Rachel, then
congratulations, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm actually here. Awesome.
Yay,
Thanks.
Yay, Rachel Brown. All right.
And I have all Osprey packs, so that's kind of cool.
Hey, awesome.
Add it to your quiver.
Yes. Thanks.
Yay.
Awesome. Now, the last one we've got, I think we're down to the last one.
Yes.
Is a Garmin InReach Mini. Now, if you've done any backpacking or, like really long hikes, or if you're, hiking in the Anza Borrego Desert where there's no cell service, this is a super handy thing to have. And I'll give you, I have an older model of this. I have an InReach Explorer that I actually purchased used years ago. Works great. And it gives you the ability, without cell service, to contact search and rescue. So if you break a leg or twist an ankle or something and you need help to get you out of there, you can press an SOS button and communicate back and forth with search and rescue. So you can let them know the severity of the situation. Is this life or death? Somebody's bleeding out, or whatever. And it's super handy to have. Now, knock on wood, you hopefully will never need to use the SOS button on here. I've never used it myself. However, I do use the communication feature, which lets me, sync it with my iPhone and send messages to my wife when I'm backpacking, without her, and I'm out in the mountains somewhere with no cell service, and I can check in with her and let her know how I'm doing, and she can reply back. And so it's a great sense of comfort and security to be able to do that with a device like this. It does require a subscription plan for the service, but you can do, basically I use their Freedom plan, which lets me turn it on when I need it and turn it off when I don't need it. And so I don't get charged continuously. And just for comparison, so the model that we are giving away is a Garmin Mini. And this is mine, the old version. This is the Mini. And so you can see it's a whole lot lighter. It's a whole lot smaller and compact and super, super handy. I'm actually going to be upgrading to one of these myself because I just love it. So the Garmin InReach Mini. Who is our winner? And they must be present to win. So we're going to actually check, if we don't find somebody in the first roll of the dice or whatever you're doing there, we'll do it again until we find somebody who's actually here.
So make sure you make some noise. So
make some noise. Yeah, let us know.
All right. The person is Mark Mazzelli. Is Mark Mazzelli here?
Yes.
Congratulations, Mark.
Hey,
Mark.
Awesome. Well, right out the gates, we got it. Awesome. That is awesome. Well, congratulations, Mark. I think you're going to really enjoy this. We'll be contacting all of the winners via email just to kind of confirm that we've got the latest address information. And in some cases, like with the hat, what color you'd like, or in the case of the t-shirt, what size you'd like, and that sort of thing. So we'll be contacting you starting this week. And we'll let you know. We'll just ship those things out to you. Very happy that you were able to win that. Congratulations to all of our winners and to all of our finishers who are going to be getting their finishers patch starting this week. All right. Let's see. So I wanted to do one more thing just to kind of wrap things up, and that is actually two things. One is that if you could use the chat section and share your, maybe top 1 or 2 or 3 adventure goals for 2021. For me, I have 3 big adventure goals. I'll share them with you now. I am going to attempt to summit Mount Rainier on May 8th. I got permits to hike the Teton Crest Trail in the Grand Teton National Park in September. And in October, I am going to do a self-supported bike packing race in Oregon. That's a 330-mile race on mountain bikes or gravel bikes. And I'm going to be using my mountain bike called the Big Lonely. And it's a fundraiser for a nonprofit that helps get people outdoors again. So you can see a theme here. Those are my 3 big adventure goals. I'd like to hear what yours are in the chat, and then also invite you. Do you have a story that you want to share about what was particularly meaningful about the challenge, or somebody that you hiked in honor of or in memoriam of, or do you have a funny story that you want to share from the 6-pack? There's been a lot of those. or, you know, like a love connection that happened, you know, whatever that is, just let us know, you know, raise your hand and let's hear your stories. So while we're looking at these coming in, your adventure goals, if somebody has a story they want to share, go ahead and speak up, unmute yourself and let us know. I see Ted Foster has some big plans. He's going to be doing the San Diego 6, the SoCal 6, the Trans Catalina Trail, the NorCal Challenge, hiking mountains in Italy, and mountain biking, and some more. I don't know what that is, but awesome.
Assuming I can travel to Italy, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Michelle Spector, Whitney, and any hike in Utah. Which, by the way, you may not be aware, but we now have a Utah 6-pack of Peaks challenge.
Yay!
Yeah. So they use Salt Lake City as a hub.
Ooh.
So it's sort of, that's within all of them are day hikeable from within the Salt Lake City area. And we also have done a soft launch for the Las Vegas 6-pack of Peaks challenge. You might think, what mountains are there in Vegas? Well, there are some high mountains in Vegas, including, so check those out.
And I see Philip Yoho is going to attempt to do 100 peaks in 100 days. Woo. That sounds insane. Good luck. That is awesome.
Wow.
You want to tell us anything about that, or do you just want to soak in the good luck of everyone?
I did the 6-pack with my 14-year-old son this year. Hello. And we're prepping for JMT this summer.
That's awesome. Yeah, the JMT,
Garmin,
one of my favorites.
Great.
Hey, Mark, if you guys, so that Garmin will come in handy, right? You can like connect back with the family, let them know you're all still alive, the bears haven't eaten you or anything.
Yeah.
I used my Garmin on when I did the JMT in 2018, and I solo hiked it, so it was very reassuring to my parents and loved ones that I was okay every night. I could check in my little dot on my map. So
yep.
Got a lot of Mount Whitney summiter hopefuls here. Awesome. Try to get there by sunrise if you can.
To the summit. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Hazel's looking to backpack for the first time. That's awesome. Backpacking is so much fun. And Shauna asked, can we buy the trucker hats? Yeah, actually, I will drop a link into the chat to where you can find those.
Thank you.
I love these hats. I mean, not to be self-promoting, but I actually really like how they came out, and I like how they look. So
yeah, it's a great hat. I love it. Love the hat. Love that.
So I didn't hike for someone this past year. I don't know if you still want us to share those things.
Yes, please, Cecilia.
But, people kind of laugh at my goals because I'm hiking for future grandchildren that are not around yet. So this past summer was my summer of 60, and I had hoped to do a lot more than I did end up doing, but just being able to finish the 6-pack of Peaks was a great thing. But more importantly, I also lost 20 pounds while working on it. And even more importantly is my cholesterol went down 20 points. So 2020 was a pretty good year for 2020. So that's who I hike for. And hopefully we'll be traveling to Maine to see my oldest married this summer. And my children challenge me as much as with the hiking and stuff. So yeah, so thank you for this challenge. I first found it 3 years ago, did not complete it. Mount Wilson kicked my butt. Only finished 2 that year because I wasn't really prepared to do it. But this year I did it, and so many other things that took place. So thank you for having this, and just opening it up the way you do. And it's been that part of the year has been really great for me. So I just wanted to thank you also.
Oh, thank you so much. Congratulations, Cecilia. That's a great reason to hike.
Yeah, thanks.
Fantastic.
I'd like to share it, Jeff, if that's okay.
Go for it.
So mine's not like as cute and wholesome, but since we're talking about hiking for things, doing the 6-pack and just doing all of this hiking recently is what made me create this Instagram account that's kind of funny. It's fun. It's called Hiking for a Hottie. So it's a single girl hiking for hotties on the trail. So if you see it, it's really fun because I basically, any trail that I go on, I just ask people to take pictures with me. So it's been fun, and it's added a new element to hiking. So thanks for having the 6-pack, because that added a new layer to it for sure.
Oh, that's awesome, Jennifer. You should add another link. I know you probably did this already, but add a link to your Instagram in the
Yeah, for
chat
sure.
as well.
Thanks.
That's a fun idea.
That is. It's a different stage, that's all.
I think too, I'll add in on there for hiking. I've been doing this for a long time with summits and small hikes and whatever it may be, but recently I don't have any free time, and it's really easy to come up with excuses for why you're not going to have time to finish something. And I think by having this challenge set up, I mean, any of us can go out and hike any day that we want and have nothing to do with an actual challenge or group of any kind, but actually having that goal set to say I have to do this and finish something kind of pushes you out of saying I don't have time for this, or I can't do this right now. Instead, you kind of make time for it. So I think that's why it's so neat and important that you did start something like that, and I hope that does it for other people too, who are also so busy, and there's always something to get in the way of it, and it really kind of influences you to have a little bit of time for yourself to set some goals and get out there and accomplish some things. And coming from somebody who used to routinely backpack and hike and no longer can as a mom, single mom and full-time worker, it's really means a lot to me to have gotten out and actually forced myself to experience those things. And of course we lost out, like you said, on a lot of it with fires and COVID and all the crazy things that happened this year. So it's kind of shocking for all of us here that we actually got to finish any of them. And if we did, that's a huge accomplishment. But I think it's great, and I intend on this year, God willing, everything goes well, doing it as well, because it really does force you out of your normal schedule to go do something and have a goal and accomplish that goal and work towards a bigger goal. But I appreciate it, and it definitely helped me get back to where I used to be on it, and I look forward to doing it again for the years continued. So it does mean a lot.
You're here. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I use the 6-pack myself. So some people are just doing the 6-pack is the goal. For me, the 6-pack has been part of my training for other things, like this year, Mount Rainier. So, and it's also an excuse for me to go explore different areas, like Utah or Vegas or places that I wouldn't have gone otherwise. I know Shauna, who was on here, one of our ambassadors, just did. I saw her posting the Arizona Winter Challenge, and she went, on a trip out there. Shauna, do you want to share a little bit about that? Are you there?
I'm here, Jeff, but
hey.
I'm broken from it. So,
so tell us what your experience was.
You should call it the 6-pack climb up all the peaks. That's what because that's what pretty much it was. It was maybe 2 were very wonderful hikes, and the rest was full on rock climbing. So.
Yeah, it's a lot more scrambly, right?
It's not just some scrambling; it's a lot of scrambling. So, and I don't know. I need to do more pull-ups, I guess, at the gym or something. So
you've done flat iron then?
I did all 6 of them. I did all 6 of them in 5 days. So it was grueling.
Cacho, you have to pull yourself up on cables.
Yes, just pull yourself on cables. You have to pull yourself up on just rocks. But it was beautiful weather. It was nice in Phoenix and Tucson, and it was very lovely to go out there and see those peaks. And it was just something different to do. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for not killing me, as always.
Well, it's good. I mean, that's really the goal, is to encourage people to get out and to go to places that they might not have gone otherwise, and to try something that they might not just give it a little added motivation to go get out there and do some hiking and see some things that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. One of the things that I think everyone needs to remember is that all of you are inspirations to the people in your lives, the people that you work with, or your friends, or your family. They look at you and what you're doing and are like, wow, maybe I could do that, And I think that's a really cool element of this, is that this has a sort of a snowball effect of spreading to other people. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So keep that in mind, that you're an inspiration to so many people in your lives.
So we have kind of a fun story from our hiking experience.
Okay.
We were hiking Gorgonio when the apple tree fire got out of control. It was at like 95% of like contained the morning when we set out. And we, on our way back, I normally take a nap at the top because I'm lazy, and that's what I do. And so I had my sandwich and I went to take my nap, and my husband, like the moment I was like really content and in the sun and happy, he was like, nope, you gotta wake up. We gotta go like now. And we were racing that thing down the mountain. We had gotten an Airbnb to stay in that night. And the Airbnb owner was a firefighter, and she came to the place and helped us pack up to leave. And she was getting her own items from her home to bring off the mountain, because they were like giving out orders for people to leave. And I know on our like site, like the social hiker, we posted a lot of the photos. I don't know how to like point people to them, but we got amazing photos. Like the way the clouds made everything kind of like a rosy yellow red. There's some really amazing photos that, like, if people wanted to check them out, they're like gorgeous, but it also was like beautiful but terrifying. It was farther away from us than it felt like it was, the way the cloud cover happened. So anyway, that was our most exciting thing. And then we did not get to do our overnight at Bernardino we wanted to do afterwards.
That's scary. Yeah, that's scary, right? To be up there and, you don't know what's going on. And that's also like a really good reason to carry, maps, and to know you have a plan B, because in some cases, a fire might cut off the way, if you had planned to hike back out the same trail, that might have been closed and you would have had to take a different route. So, I'm glad you guys made it out fine and were okay. And
it was really neat, the community on the trail when we were coming down, like people who are more familiar about it, being like, it's over 2 peaks. The way we're heading is away from it. You're fine. Like there was a lot of communication that happened, but we're originally from the Midwest. Part of the reason we signed up for this was to be like, learn about where we're from. We spent all of our time learning about mountain lions and snakes and all these things. And the one thing we ended up contending with was something that we didn't really plan appropriately for, but we've certainly learned a lot from it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great story. Thanks, guys. I'm going to look for those hike logs and I'll share a link to them. So we'll do a wrap up post for with the names of all the winners for the prizes, and we'll add some additional things in there. And I'll put a link to your hike log for the photos so people can see those.
I have a quick story I guess I could share. This is Tony.
Hey, Tony. One of our ambassadors.
Yeah. So I want to introduce everybody to Popo. Popo. This is Popo here. So I got this dog this year. Well, last year. His name's Popo, short for Popocatépetl, which is the volcano in Mexico. So last year when I started hiking pretty much every weekend, but one of my trips that I was planning was to go hike the highest mountain in Mexico, Pico de Orizaba. And I actually did go hike it and I accomplished it. I got to the top of the Pico de Orizaba. But one of the most fascinating views is checking out the volcano of Popocatépetl while it's smoking um, from the neighboring volcano there in Mexico. So once the pandemic, once I came back, it was in March. I came back, and right away when I came back, I couldn't even go back to the office because the pandemic had started. So having to be at home all the time and stuff, it was ideal to get like a pet and have some company to to have here while I'm working from home. And also I've taken him out on a couple of hikes, and he's a pug and he does it pretty good. He's done maybe a 3.5-4 mile hike, and so he does pretty good for a pug. I know they're not very active dogs, but this dog does pretty well. So anyways, just wanted to share my story about Mexico and my new pet Popo.
It's awesome. We have we've got two dogs ourselves, and the second one we got back in February of this year, so pretty much right before the pandemic broke out, and they've been great to be able to have, and we're working them up to longer hikes. So like the longest hike they've done is just under 10 miles, but I'm hoping that they'll be able to join me on some of the 6-pack hikes this year. So
awesome.
It's awesome. All right, folks, I'm going to call it because we've been at this for a while, but I really, really thank everybody who joined. We will put together a wrap-up post on the website, and so I'll send out, you'll see it on the website, of course, but and I'll try to put as much on there as I can. If you have some additional stories you want to share from your experience this past year, you can add those as a comment to that post, or you can add it in the forums on the website as well. And again, I want to say thank you to Emma, our community manager, for helping organize this and doing a great job with our little trivia contest. Thank you, Emma.
Good job.
Have fun.
And thank you to our ambassadors for just doing their part to, lead everybody and promote the 6-pack of peaks. But thank you to everybody, all of you who were finishers for this last year's challenge. And I hope that you reach all your adventure goals in 2021, and that it works. Everything goes great. So
Thank you, Jeff.
have a great evening. Cheers,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Jeff. Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hope to see
Great
you on the
job,
trails
everybody.
in the year ahead.
Cheers.
Ciao.
To be a part
Thank
of
you.
the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good night,
everyone.
Thanks very much, Jeff.
See you on the trails.
Absolutely.